Welcome. Back to GDD number 7 today. It is January 9th. And we are commencing... Boop, 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 boop. GD... Oh! I can draw, I swear. You know what? I made this... I've vastly overestimated how much space I have. GDD number 9. Whoa. I gotta like practice my MS Paint drawing skills, you know? Good enough. That's gonna be like my motto, my catchphrase. I'm just working on something and I'm like, good enough. You know what? Good enough. Alright, so how is everyone doing? Hopefully having a great evening. This session, it's probably going to be a shorter one. I'm probably only going to go for an hour. But I want to start actually working on coding in a new spell, which I think is, something like actually exciting we can do. And yesterday we did set up some cool particle systems that we can use in place of like an animated sprite to make basically a projectile that we plan on having the player summon and throw. So that is what I'm planning on working on today. And we'll see how much we can get through. I kind of want to be able to at least spawn the projectile and throw it and have it explode. And I don't know if I'm going to like animate the explosion or like give it particle effects or whatever. I'll figure that out. But I do want it to piff and I do want it to disappear at least. Probably deal damage would be cool. So I think with that being said, let's get started, shall we? Okay, you know what we're going to start with? We're going to start with a quick visual demo. And I'm realizing I can't really drag this, but that's fine. I will just turn in my seat. A quick visual demo on what we want to have. So I'm going to mess around with this a bit. We're going to start by reducing our pen size. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so I have my character here, and he is a little mage guy, and he's happy. Boop, boop. He happy guy. And he will hold up the big fuck off lightning javelin. So it looks something like this. Like bzzz. And then it's a bit of the whoosh, 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 whoosh. See, it's like that. And then it's going to basically, this is the projectile we made yesterday with the particle systems. I'm going to have it like bolt out like super fast. Like I want it to be like giga fast. And then it hits one of these guys. Heckin' angry. It's going to hit one of them. That's the goal. And here's my really shit drawing. Like so. Okay, it's going to hit that, and then it's going to go, like this. And it's going to explode, and I kind of drew that way too low. Yeah, there we go. It's going to go like that. And it's going to blow up. It's going to be a big explosion. We'll probably try and give it particles if I have time, but I will probably run out of time. But we can kind of base a lot of it off the fireball script that I made. And we'll just look at that and try to use that as a base for setting up this one. Now it's going to be a little different because it is going to be a channeled spell. We want to be able to channel it above our heads and hold it there. And I think you're not going to be able to dispel the projectile. I think if you don't finish charging it, it will just dispel. But as long as it's fully been charged, then letting go of the key is just going to piff it, basically. So that's the idea. So I want to hold down a key, hold down the spell key, which is going to start summoning it. And then as soon as it's fully charged, letting go of the key instead of making it disappear, we'll throw it instead. So that's the goal. Okay, so let's start on this then. Hop over to Unity. We've got our fun little diagram in the bottom right. Okay, so we are going to... One moment. Just messing around with OBS a bit, so bear with me for a second. I wanted to see if I could get view. That's not what I want. Not that. How do I get, maybe it's docs. This one? Stats is just not the thing I want. That. Bing bong, got it. Awesome. Okay, I wanted this open. Let's just do, that's fine. And then I can scroll down if I really want to. Okay, cool. Let's go. All right, we're gonna be scripting stuff. So I'm gonna open up Visual Studio, and we're gonna just get going. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go into the player class. We're actually gonna just make the new spell first. I probably need to make the new script first, actually. So it's going to be new class, and it's gonna be Fire Lightning. So FL, and then I'm gonna call it Thorn. I think I like Thorn more than Javelin. Again, knowers will know. If you know what this is a reference to, then you do. If you don't, you don't. And it didn't like that. Could not find a part of the path. Like that weird. Hold on, let me try this again. Here. Add class. Oh, I'm realizing you can't even see this anyway, which is probably a good thing because I don't want it showing. That's really weird. Could I find a part of the path? Rules. It's looking for like a template. What the heck? Oh, it's trying to make a rules. Wait, why do I not just have C#? Why do I have no, what is going on here? Dude, I just want to make a class. Hello? Am I missing? I might be missing stuff in my Visual Studio. Installed C# general. I don't want to make a rule set. I want to make a hello? I need to look at this later, but I think for now I'll just make my own class, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just add new file. No, we won't even do that. What the? I mean, I could just manually, I don't know. Huh, that's really weird. I mean, I can copy and paste a class here. All right, we'll do that for now. I'll figure this out off stream for next time. Okay, so we're going to make this Fire Lightning Thorn is what I'm calling it. And we'll just basically scrap this class. Yeah, very strange. Very, very, very strange. I will get rid of all the stuff in the execute, but we'll leave the execute there. We'll get rid of that. That can be left. And this is going to be FL Thorn. It's going to inherit the spell object. So we'll open up the spell object as well. Just so we have that to look at while we're doing this. I'll close the others. I'll leave player open for now. But we have... Okay, and we're gonna make a Thorn game object, which I'm gonna have to make a reference to in a second. And I think I will open the firewall just as reference. Okay, player. So we're going to add an additional spell. We're gonna add game object. And we're gonna add the script, which is FL Thorn. So this is just adding a reference. Well, it's not adding a reference. It's creating a new instance of this script and attaching it to the player object. Which, if we take a look in the Unity editor, you should be able to see all of them. Yeah, you can see all of them here. Oh, and I've made these adjustable here as well. Though I think they get assigned regardless. Just a moment, sorry. So yeah, we can see the spells here, right? Now, interesting that I've made these. I guess they're just public. It's not even the serialized thing. I gotta relook up what these are for. But as we can see, if I close this again, we do have these are the values. These are the serialized values. And then we have a whole bunch of these other ones, which we could assign here, but I think I just assigned them. Yeah, I assigned them in the constructor here. So interestingly, can I spell one? I could literally go into assets and give this a script, I think. And then the keys are just the keys it wants to use. But they would get overridden by the constructor anyway, because we declare them all in here. So I probably should make all of these privates, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. I'll leave these ones since they are editable in the editor, but I'm gonna change everything else to be private. I don't think they're being touched by anything else, so that's fine. I don't want to add an additional spell, but I do. We don't use up key or down key. Oh, I guess I declare these, but I'm not using them. Okay. Wait, I thought we did use up key. Oh, is this gonna break my spells now, actually? If I go to P shooter. Yeah, it totally does. Okay, I'll leave them public. Just all of them. Okay, whatever. Alright, it's fine. I should probably have the spells contain a reference to the player, like in here. Or at the very least to the keys. But regardless, for now, I'll just not worry about it. We can just leave it as public for the time being. What are we gonna do? So we added in the extra spell, right? Where did I put that? I put it in here. FL Thorn. And now I'm just going to override one of our spells and put the Thorn one in. Let's override the Flamethrower. Okay, and currently, if we were to go into the Unity editor, run the game, and attempt to cast a spell, we can see it's just not going to do anything. I can press the R key. This is like the... I accidentally left it there. Am I happy with this? I don't know. I guess it's fine. Anyway, it's only temp anyway. Okay, so what I actually should do is give this a 0, 0, 0, and make the rotation 0 as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a prefab out of it. I'm going to reference my Fireball prefab as well. So this has a circle collider on it. It has a rigid body. Why do I give this a rigid body? I mean, obviously we want the circle collider. I don't think I need a rigid body on this. Am I using this for anything? So the rigid bodies you use if you wanna let Unity do the physics stuff for you. This is basically like a Unity physics hitbox. I think I don't need this. Do I have it on like the pea shooter? I totally do. I have it here as well. Chain has one. I don't think I need rigid bodies on any of these, I'll be honest. Let me check if I'm using the rigid body for anything in the scripts. If we look at the Fireball script, for example. Yeah, I don't think we use it in the slightest. I'm pretty sure it'll work identical if I take the rigid body off it. I'm not going to... I'll just leave it for now. We want a sprite renderer. Oh, actually, we're not going to need a sprite renderer for the Thorn because we're literally only using particles. We do want colliders, though. Now, the collider for the Thorn is actually going to be pretty small, and I probably will use a circle collider for it. It's going to go so fast that you shouldn't be able to intercept it anyway. So we're going to make a new prefab now. It's going to be this, like so. We're going to go into the Thorn. Okay, and I want to add a... You can see we have the thunder thing here as well, which I think is also... Yeah, this is also a particle system. What? Am I using this for something? What the heck is this? Thundercloud. Oh, I actually started working on a Thundercloud sprite as well. Huh. I don't even remember working on this, but that's kind of neat. Huh. What do you know? That doesn't even look that bad. I do not remember doing this in the slightest, but I guess I made this last time. Okay, anyway. We're going to move past that for now. So I'm going to go back to the Thorn. So this is it. And what we want to do is we want to add a circle collider to it. What am I looking for? I need to add to the Thorn. I mean, I can put it on the... No, I'm going to put it on here. Okay, we're going to add a box collider. No, not box collider. I said circle. Circle collider 2D. And it is... Why is it so off? Hello? Oh, these are off. Wait, why are these off though? Okay, 0, 0. So that's fine. I actually want this one. I think it was this one I wanted to be -1x. No, it was the bolt. It was the bolt. So 0. We want all of these to be zeroed. That's all good. Leave the scale as is. And I just want to make the bolt have -1 on the x. No, that's way too much. Was it -1? Yeah, I think it was like that. That looks fine, right? Yeah, I think that looks so good. And actually what I'm going to do, rather than having it be there, I'm going to make the spiral be 0.1 to the right. Because that way the start of the bolt, this circle emitter here, should be at the... Oh, I actually didn't get rid of it. Should be at the origin of the game object. And from here, we just need to make the circle collider. And I can probably shrink the radius a bit, honestly. Oh, that's shrinking the whole object. Good on me. Let's do that. This circle collider, I want to edit it. I want to... how do I... radius. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to just look at the particles as well, just so I have a bit of a reference. Let's make it like 0.2. I mean, what I could do is I could make the radius be literally the tip, which is probably closer to like 0.08, even less. Like there, which is like a pretty low, but like, I guess that's what I want. Because this is the collision point, really, right? And actually what I'm going to do is take the bolt. I want this collider. I'm going to move the bolt left a little bit. I want to try and get it closer. I guess it kind of depends on when I pause the simulation, actually. Because I bet sometimes if the particle is just spawning, it's pretty close. I'm going to move the bolts very slightly to the left. Like -0.02. I think that looks good now, actually. Yeah. And so kind of like this hitbox is like really overlapping with it now. And this hitbox is at the center of the game objects. And so we can see everything together now with the hitbox. I mean, it could even go back a little more, but I think I'm going to leave it there. It's going to go fast enough that it probably won't make a big deal anyway. And I've got to remember, I actually do want the spiral to be in front. I'll put the bolt behind like that. Yeah, we couldn't really figure out how to fix that. I mean, as far as I can tell, there just isn't a way to do it based on what I looked up online yesterday. Not without doing a lot more work. So for now, I just leave it. I think that looks pretty good though. Okay, so like this is the projectile we're gonna make, and we might even like narrow it even further, to be honest. I'm like debating if I want to do that. I think whatever. I'm not okay. You know what? I shouldn't mess around with it too much because it's placeholder anyway. So who cares? Okay, so we have this object now, and it should be what I want. So we're gonna go back into the scene. We're gonna delete the existing one, and now we have this Thorn object that we can instantiate. So we're gonna go back into Visual Studio. And we're going to look at the Thorn. Okay, so we actually want to get a reference to the Thorn object, which is going to basically be the same way we get it we get the Fireball one. So we're going to say that the game object Thorn is equal to resource.load game object, and then this is just the folder we're keeping it in. Of course, it's going to be Thorn instead of Fireball. If I pop back into Unity, we can see that corresponds to our folder hierarchy here as well. So we have a reference to this Thorn game object. Now, we can actually start working on the spell. So, what do I want to use as a reference? I kind of want to use another channeling spell as a reference. So, the execution is going to spawn the object in, I think. I think that's all it's going to do, actually. It's just going to spawn the object. So I can probably use the pea shooter as a reference for that. Execute, get the speed. So this is just getting the angle. So based on the direction we're facing, we're going to spawn it above us. I kind of want it to be like directly above, maybe a little in front. And then I want to be able to angle the thing as well. So I can like pull it down, or I can pull it back. Oh, that's how I want it to work. Okay, I want it to like seesaw. Yeah, okay, I can show this as well. So kind of how I want the projectile. If this is, I should probably hop over into MS Paint scene. Okay, so, what did I just do? Lovely. That. Okay, if this is my character down here holding up the thing like this, and if this is the thing up here, look, I'll do my best to show this. So it's gonna be like this. It looks like a corn on the cob covered in ketchup. That's kind of what I'm drawing right now. I don't know why I'm trying so hard on this, because there's no point. Like, who cares? Okay, that's the thing. It looks like shit or whatever. So the way I want to actually pivot this... Oh, I've been drawing all this on the wrong layer. That's real good of me. Awesome. Okay. I'll fix that later, that's fine. But yeah, the way we're gonna... Oh, I can't rotate in Paint. God damn it. Okay, I should have loaded this up in GIMP or something. Okay, we're just not demoing this. That's fine. I'm going to... I kind of want to fix this, but I think I'm going to be able to. Alright, that looks like shit. And there's no, like, fill with transparent. Pain in the ass. Control A, delete. Alright. I'll just leave it then. That's fine. Incredible, incredible viewing experience. Okay, so I guess I'll just try and actually code it and show it that way, huh? How's that sound? Let's do that. Okay, so we want to spawn the object above us and lock the player's movement. So the locking the player's movement, we can look at like the heal spell, because we do it in the fixed update. If channeling, encrypt the channel counter, check that we're still channeling, if not exit the channel states. Yeah, we're going to have a similar thing like this in fixed update. One moment. My glosses are nice and smudged. Okay. Where are we? Cast. We're gonna do similar things. Spell key is equal to key. Show the players on the ground and then execute. All right, let me look at the space spell again. We have a cast, and we have an execute, and the execute I have to actually define. Okay, so I do the channeling thing in the base spell anyway, which just sets the speed to 0, so that's fine. Public virtual void cast, spell key is equal to key, check if the spell's off cooldown, check that we have enough mana. If the spell is channeled, disable movement. Player casting is equal true, ready equals false. So where do I set my thing to channeled? Channeling equals true happens on the execute. It's a little weird how I've set this up. Spell key is equal to key. Now, why do I have to set this? Where am I using it? I check that I'm holding it down. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay. Let's see what we can do, huh? So I'm gonna follow this to an extent. So I think we're gonna copy this cast out of the heal. So we're gonna set the spell key to the key that we pass in. If the player's not grounded, I don't want to be able to cast it. That's true. So I guess all channeled spells do this. So I probably could do this as part of the parent spell, because I'm guessing Wall does the exact same thing. But it's possible there are spells that I would like to be able to begin channeling about, like when the player's mid-air, potentially. But the Walls... I'm in the Wall script. I should be in the spell script. Earth 1 Wall. We actually do some more stuff in the Wall script. We don't just check if we're grounded, we check if we're standing on top of a spawned wall as well. Okay, I think the only condition for the Thorn... I mean, we actually probably would do additional stuff, like check that there's not... the ceiling above us isn't too low. Because otherwise you shouldn't be able to cast it. But I would probably make the game that can't happen anyway. But regardless, we are not going to worry about that right now. So check if we're grounded. If we're not grounded, return. Otherwise, run the execute. Now, in the execute, what we want to do is we want to spawn a game object. So I'm just going to copy my code from over here. Okay, so game object inst, which is just short for instantiate. Or actually, I think it'll be instance, not instantiate. We're going to make an instance of Thorn. And the next thing we do is we make, so it's what the game object is, what's its position, and what's its rotation. Now, the rotation we just set to the identity rotation. That's just neutral, basically. And now for position, we want it to be our player's position.x. That is actually correct. Then what we want is we want it to be like quite above the player's position. So probably player position box collider 2D dot bounds dot size dot. Oh, okay. Actually, I see what this is. So we're gonna get rid of this. So the X position's fine. We don't have to spawn. We can just spawn it there. I might add a little bit to it later, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. For the Y position, we're gonna make it our transform position plus Y plus. So this will get to the top of the player. And then I kind of also want to add additional. Just +1. I'll just leave it at +1. I'm going to use a constant. Maybe 1 is too much though, actually. I don't know. I'll mess around with it a bit. Maybe, I'll just make it that it's a player. It's like half a player above the player. That's probably a better way to do it. Let's just do it like this. So it's going to get the player's position, the center of the player, and then it's going to add the height of the player, and that's where it's going to spawn it Y-wise. The X position is going to be directly in front of the player. The rotation is none. So we're passing in a vector 2 to our vector 3, which is fine, because we don't care about the Z position. We don't have to set the speed of this. That's okay. We don't need that. So we're going to just create the projectile. So what I can do is I can already test this. So I'm going to set the mana cost to 50. I'm going to give it 0 delay. Doesn't need to have any delay. In fact, I think I just don't have to set delay. I think it's 0 by default. Yeah, okay. So 50 mana cost. It's a channeling spell, but we're not going to like do anything with that. Oh, I think there's a way to like set channel to true, right? Yeah. Private ball channeling. Do I have that in the base spell? Channeled. So what do I do in heal? I guess that's in start, right? Yeah, channeled equals true. Okay. Mana cost is 50. Channel is true. I don't care about X speed, Y speed. Don't need those. Don't care about this count thing right now. Okay, I think we can leave it as is. If channeling, and I set the channeling here. Okay, so all this should do at the moment is it should spawn the object in hopefully approximately where we want it. So it should be about half a player above the player. Yeah, like that. And it won't move or anything, and it'll always be facing left. So if I want to face it right, I'm gonna have to rotate it based on my facing position. Why is our UI? It's so far off. Also, it's not draining our health, our mana either. Interestingly. I guess I have to manually set that. I thought that just happens as part of casting, but maybe not. So yeah, we can do that. I mean, we have to be on the ground to do it, but we could like do a bit of this. Looks a bit dumb, but there you go. Okay, the first thing I want to figure out is why did this stuff move? It's a bit strange. I don't know. Did the canvas size change on accident at some point? No, that literally doesn't do anything. This does literal nothing. I don't recall editing any of this stuff. I'm just going to move them back to where I want them. So that's fine. Oh, okay. The fact that the UI is behind the other objects is a bit rough. Has it always been like that? I want the canvas object. Order and layer should be in front. Let's just give it 10. Is that in front or behind? I actually don't know. Can't remember. It is in front. Okay, lovely. That looks much better. Alright, so first of all, let's figure out why we are not consuming any mana. Now, if I look at like the pea shooter spell, where do we have the mana cost? It's right here. When does it actually consume the mana? I think it happens as part of this. Player.mana minus mana cost. Oh, that's just checking if we can cast it. Here is where it happens. It happens in the delay. If delay is 0, it just doesn't cost. Wait, no, it should, right? It should still reduce the mana cost. Hello? It'll skip through the loop, which is fine. Player casting equals false. Play.mana minus equals mana cost. Why do you not, minus 50? Hello? That's very confusing to me. Why is this not running? Oh, I need to like, where's delay called? Delay is called at the end of cast. Right, okay, I'm just doing this. I see. I'm overriding it and it doesn't run the function. Spell key equals key. If not ready, return. So I want to like do the base thing as well. So heal, I just don't do it. I just completely override it, or what? Yeah, but if I look at like wall, where am I doing it? Yeah, I do it base.cast. Yeah, that's what I actually want then. I guess for the heal, it's a little different, so I don't use the base cast. And I probably should still use the base cast. Anyway, for this, I definitely want to use the base cast, like so. I think it's because for the heal, I don't want to use the mana's like, it's like gradual loss. So that costs 50, and I'm stuck. That's cool. I think it's because it's probably because it sets the channeling to true, doesn't it? If channeled, set player can move to false, and I'm never setting it to true again. Yeah, that's what is happening there. Okay, fair enough. This should probably not be player.can move. Probably should be player.channeling. Or casting, maybe. I don't know. But regardless, I've set it to can move. And can move, once you enter can move, it doesn't register most inputs. So it's definitely like not a great way of doing this because there's a bit of a catch-all. For some stuff, like for the dash, I have to ignore all this stuff. But imagine we make a channeled spell where we don't want to, we want to be able to channel it mid-air, then this is just not going to work because I'll just start ignoring gravity for shits and gigs. For the Thorn, though, it's fine. I don't have to worry about it. Player is grounded. Return. Okay, so this is going to create the object. Now, what I want to do is if player dot face right, then I actually want to instantiate it the other way. So if we're face left, I don't have to rotate it at all, which is good. However, if we're not facing left, we're facing right, we do want to rotate it. So, public override void execute. What do we do in the execute normally? Oh, nothing. It's an abstract function. Fair enough. And then delay does things. Okay, that's fine. I'm realizing this is kind of dumb to have a function called delay and then like this stuff shouldn't be here. It should be here. Yeah. Yeah, it should. It doesn't make sense for this to be here because it should be... The delayed function should just do the delay. Stall... alright. Delay. Wait for spell delay. We'll leave it at that. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to execute it. If the player is facing right, we need to rotate this. So... Okay, can I do a rotation? Plus... How do you, okay, I haven't made a quaternion in forever. Quaternion unity. Been a while. It's a 4-tuple of real numbers, x, y, z, and w. What is w? Quaternion is a mathematically convenient alternative to the Euler angle representation. You can interpolate a quaternion without experiencing gimbal lock. Who knows what that is? You can also use a quaternion to concatenate a series of rotations into a single representation. Unity internally uses quaternion to express all rotations. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I want to add a new quaternion, right? A new quaternion. So the identity quaternion, I'm pretty sure is just 0, 0, 0, 0. But I don't want to use that. I want to make a new quaternion. And it's going to have, let's look through all of these. Object original. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to look up how to do this. Rotate a game object in Unity script. All right, how do they recommend I do it? So I can actually do transform.rotate, but I want to instantiate it with a rotation is what I want to do. Quaternion.Euler is apparently what I can use. Quaternion.Euler. And XYZ. Okay, here we go. This is actually what I want. Now, I want to rotate around not the x-axis, not the y-axis. I want to rotate around the z-axis, right? I think I'm rotating around the z-axis. Yes, I believe. So it should be 0, 0, 180. I'm pretty sure. All right, we're going to try this and just see if it works. I'm also going to set play.channeling. What's the not play.? Is it just channeling? If I could spell it, it'd help as well. Where is this? Spell. What's the thing we're setting to say we're channeling? Channeled. No, I do it in here, right? Is grounded. Where do I set my... Oh, it's just player.canMove. What am I talking about? Player.canMove equals true. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. So we're going to boot the game up. Now, theoretically, what this should do is if I'm facing right, which you can't actually tell. Okay, it does work though, as we can see. So we can spawn it in both directions, which is good. That's what I want. Oh, actually, does this go in front of or behind this guy? Goes behind. Oh, it's on the same, or at least the spiral's on the same, layer. Anyway, I won't worry about that for now. I don't care too much. What would you do if an enemy ran into it? I guess you would just blow it up on the enemy, right? Maybe it just maybe the enemies just phase through it until it actually is thrown. I kind of don't like how it ends in like kind of just a straight. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Hop back into Unity. Into Visual Studio, I mean. So we've made the object. I'm just gonna be able to. I just want to be able to throw it. I'm realizing that I actually don't have that much time left, so let's just get it thrown, shall we? Now, how do we want to throw it? The wall spell in the update, we're checking if we're still channeling. I think we do the same thing in the heal, right? So I'm gonna override this. Execute cast. Put it here. Okay, check if the player's channeling. Private. Actually, how am I doing this? Channeling is false. Where do I set it to true? On execute, I set it to true. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, I don't need to copy that. Private bull channeling. Channeling is gonna be equal to true here at the end of the execute. And channeling will be equal to false when we let go of the key. So where are we checking that we're holding the key down? Oh, that's literally the first thing we do. Fair enough. Let's just do this. If channeling, if we are holding down the key and we're grounded, we should always be grounded. But in case where we're not, we cancel it anyway. We say channeling equals false. And we also say player.canMove. Player.canMove is equal to true, not to false. Now, where am I getting player from? Do I have a reference to this? It must be in the spell, right? Spell's a reference to the player? Yeah, it does. Okay, fair enough. Cool. So what else do I typically do here? I set the regen, but I'm not going to worry about that because... I mean, I guess we would maybe want to make it that the regen pauses. I guess that makes sense. If you're channeling a spell, your regen should pause. But I'll leave it for now. I could add that in later. So we're gonna make sure we're still holding the key and we're grounded. And if either of these things are not true, then we're no longer channeling and we can move again. All right, simple enough. Now, the real thing is what happens when we let go of the key. If we hold it. Okay, so in the wall, what happens if I'm holding it? The indicator is handled by this, right? But with the Thorn... Can I move the instantiated object? I mean, I'd have to like assign it. The execute is just creating it. Let's take a look at the wall, I guess. The thing is that I want to be able to adjust this projectile while I'm channeling. which is not the same for anything else here. For flamethrower, kinda. Even then, it's not. Well, how do we do flamethrower, actually? Flame inst. Okay, I mean, I do just declare flame inst as an object, and then I refer to that. I mean, fair enough. I suppose that works. Private game object Thorn. I mean, that's what this is, right? No, but it's separate. Like in the flamethrower, I actually flamethrower and then flame inst, and it's kind of the same thing. It's private game object Thorn, and then I need another one for the instance. It's also a game object though. Private game objects Thorn inst. So this is just a prefab, and then we instantiate it to make the instantiated version of it. So rather than using game object inst, we use Thorn inst, like so. And then here we can adjust the position, and then fire it as well. We can just like give it speed. That's probably what we'd want to do. Okay, so we're holding the spell key and the player is grounded. Then we could check for if we're holding directions, in which case we would rotate it. So I think I would rotate it with left and right. Because it'd be like... Yeah, it would be like... You're basically like moving your arm left or right. I don't know, like this is probably a bad way of showing this. If I did... You know, okay, I'm like holding up this thing. If I'm holding right, then it goes that I'm like pushing my arm to the right, and so it like aims it downwards. And if I hold it left, it pivots it back upwards. If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. So maybe we'll just see if we can do this then. But, like, how do I do this? It's like an arc around the player is the thing. It's kind of weird. But do I want to... No, I kind of want the throw to be the cast. The cast is the throw. So if I, like, aim it like this, then it's kind of... I mean, I guess... No, I kind of want that to be separate. You wouldn't actually move your arm with a sprite, because that sounds like a lot of work. That sounds like more work than I want. So I guess it would just be... I think it's good to be left and right, though. Just the arm wouldn't move. So if I'm facing left, and I press the button, then I press left, it's going to tilt down. Press right, it tilts up. I think that's going to feel intuitive, but I can always change which keys I'm using anyway for it. So the easiest way would be to just literally rotate it. So I guess we'll try and do that, and then we can do a bit more of a complex rotation tomorrow maybe. So let's just check that then. So I have to be holding down the spell key. And then we're also checking, on top of holding down the spell key, do we hold down left key? Player dot left key. And same thing for right key. And it's also going to depend on which way we're facing. So let's just do it for... Let's just assume we're facing left first. So if we're facing left and we press the left key, I want to rotate it positively. So I want to take the Thorn inst, and I want to... Is it dot... what's the rotation thing that I'm supposed to be adjusting? I was looking at it earlier. transform.rotation. Thorn inst dot transform dot rotation. And then I want to plus equals quaternion dot Euler. And then we're going to add 0, 0, and then we're going around the Z. So we want to add not much. It's going to be twice. So how many times are we running this every... It's going to be pretty minor, right? Maybe just one. Literally just one. We can't plus equals quaternions. Oh, I'm just meant to plus it. No, no, that's not right, yeah. It's this is equal to this plus 1. That doesn't work either. I mean, I could do this. Why can't I just add them, though? Like, really? What's the first one? .x, .y? That seems really weird. I think they're always going to... yeah, like that. These are always going to be 0, though, right? I don't think I ever have to rotate it around the other axes. And then it's actually going to be the Z plus 1. Okay, that's kind of dumb. I have to do it like this, but whatever. So we're adding 1 to the Z. And what that means is it's going to go 2 degrees... How many times does it call? It's 50 times a frame. It's going to go pretty fast then. I feel like it should be less than this. 1 is like too much. Okay, like let's say I wanted to go like 20 degrees a second. That's a lot too. I want to go pretty slow. I want to go like 10 degrees a second. We're doing this in the flamethrower thing. Okay, excuse me there. My throat was not having it. I mean, apparently I just do 5, and that's good. Also, apparently I can just use the rotate function. I don't have to set it. Like, duh. And I'm going to use a similar Euler angles thing here. So Thorn transform.rotate. Yeah, okay. I'm a dumbass, but whatever. How does this work? It's dot rotate. And then I don't have to even use this because it just is an Euler. Like that. Okay, God, I'm dumb. I don't even have to do this. It's just 1. It's just 0, 0, 1. Except apparently I was using 5 for that and it was pretty fine. So we'll try 5 and just see how that looks. So this and then, okay, this is going to be neg 5. This is if I'm facing left. So if player.face, well, if player.face right, I want to do the opposite. I can invert this value, right? I mean, I guess I can do that as well. I can do player.face right, question mark. If we're facing right, then neg 5, otherwise 5. I guess that's probably how I'll do it. Same thing here. Except inverted. And then I have to do this if statement. So if we're holding the left key, what if we're holding both keys? If we're holding both keys, I want to do nothing. Is there an easy way to do this for both checks? So left key rotate, right key rotate, both keys don't rotate. I mean, I guess if we do both of them, it'll cancel out, right? So I can just leave this because it won't make a difference. I'll just cancel. Because if we did an if else if, then the left key would override the right key. But if it's two separate if statements, they'll just cancel out. The rotations will just not rotate. I mean, I'll try this and see if it works. Yeah. Okay, let's give it a spin. Save that. Pop into Unity. Unity's going to chug for a little bit. Okay. I'm going to give this a go and see if it works. Jump up here. I'm going to hold R. I'm going to press left. Okay, it is pretty fast. I was kind of expecting it to be pretty fast too, honestly. So I think maybe using 1 would be good. I also don't want it to be able to turn that far. We have like an angle lock on the flamethrower. I'm going to put the exact same thing on the Thorn. And also I'm going to adjust the position a bit. But that's going to be a little annoying. But, you know, we'll just have to do some math. That's fine. All right, well, let's add the angle lock now. I got time to do that at the very least. Probably not going to stream for too much longer because we can do a bunch more of this tomorrow night. Or the day after, depending on when I stream. But I will add the angle lock onto it. So we'll reference the flamethrower here. So we're also checking what our rotation is. Which makes sense. So it's if we're holding the left key and also the Thorn inst.transform capital A is oh crap, but I'm doing this kind of notation here. How do I convert Boolean into times by -1? That's what I want to do. Make Boolean multiply by -1. Use Boolean to assign positive or negative value. Yeah, well, like, what's the easy way to do this? Like, if I multiply by a Boolean, it doesn't, that doesn't, like, work, right? I can't just do that. I kind of wish I could. I think you can actually, like, self-write those kind of, expression statements. It's been a while since I've done anything like that, though. Can't remember exactly how you do it. But, like, what I want to do is, instead of doing it like this, I want to have it be, like 5 times. Like this. And then have this output, if this is true, be positive, and if it's negative, if it's false, make it be negative. So what I can do, and it's kind of a shitty way of doing it, but like whatever. Int modifier. Int facing right is going to be equal to 1. Well, actually, yeah, okay, that's fine. And then if not player dot face right, then instead we make it equal to, well, actually, yeah, what am I doing? I can just do it like this again. Player dot facing right 1, otherwise -1, like this. And then what I can do is, so if we're facing right, it's gonna be, so I need this to be, this is what I want if I'm facing left. So it's 5x facing right. And this one's gonna be -5x facing right. And it's kind of a really hacky way to do it, but it effectively does what I want. And then this now is going to be transform rotation Euler angles dot z. Oh, no, yeah, this will still work. Right? Yeah, no, this is still fine. And I want it to be... Is 45 too much? Yeah, probably is. Probably like 30 degrees is what I want to do. So if it's less than 30... what is the notation of this? I do equal to? I guess because I'm sure it's going to hit that. Why does this not work? Keycode and ball. If I wrap this in brackets, will it stop complaining? Oh, wait, I'm dumb. This should be outside. Yeah, I'm just an idiot. That's why it's complaining. Like this. And I don't have to wrap this in brackets. Less than 30 degrees. Or I can just say it's not equal to 30. I should be using less than. And I'll make it less than 31. So it's 30, and if it somehow gets to 30.5, whoop-de-doo. That's fine. It should never do that, though. Should stop at 30 degrees, and then be happy. Wait, no. Then I want it to be... No, it should be less than 30. Because then it will stop at 30 degrees. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. And then we want to multiply this again by facing right. So if we're facing right... I lied. This should be negative 30. And this one's going to be positive 30. I hope I've done all this right, but I'm... Okay. That should be it. This should work, I think. So it's going to... Okay, first of all, the speed at which we can angle the projectile is going to be lowered by a factor of 5. So I'm going to start by channeling it. Now, if I press right... Oh, is it up and down? Oh, it's... Okay, it's just not working. Because one of them has to be greater than... Okay, yeah, okay, hold on. I've done these conditions way wrong. So... okay. God, it's a pain in the ass. It's probably easier then to just have separate things for if I'm facing right or if I'm facing left. Rather than trying to generalize it. Yeah, okay, stop it. If player dot facing right, then I'm going to do a couple key checks, else we're facing left, and we'll do a different set of checks. And I can probably generalize this, so I can put it to a different function, but I'm lazy, and I'm going to have full statements, sue me. I'm going to get rid of this facing right crap. Okay, so if I'm facing left, and I hold the left key, I want it to rotate upwards, otherwise rotate negative. I want to make sure it's greater than neg 30 and less than positive 30. I had them both set to neg 30. And I was checking it was less than negative 30. Yeah, okay, so I'm just a huge dumbass, unsurprising. This time it's going to be negative 5 and positive 5. I can get rid of this, and the negative's going to be the top one. Okay, so this I'm pretty confident will work. Like, is there just a way I can generalize it easier? I can't, right? If I'm facing right. Because I should just be able to multiply all of these. Doesn't that just work? Because they're all flipped. Oh, actually, the pain in the ass thing is this bit. And this should be greater than. Yeah, this operator. The fact that this operator has to flip, that's the bit that's actually annoying. Because the condition changes on the operator based on whether we're facing left or we're facing right. That's the bit that's that I can't just do with the question mark operator. But I wonder if you can... Nah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave it like this for now. This should work. It's what I said last time, as it completely didn't work. Oh, way too fast. Also, it doesn't stop. And I can't press the left key at all. What if I'm facing left? It goes the wrong way. Okay, well, all of this is wrong. That's cool. Let's take a look again. We're going to tweak this and get this working, and then I'll call it a stream, I think. Okay, so first of all, if I'm facing right, and I press the left key... So I'm facing right, and I press left. I want it to angle. I want it to spin that way. Is it because I've already rotated it? Oh, it totally is, right? Yeah, it absolutely is. If I'm facing right, then I already rotated it down here. Yeah, by 180. So the issue with the face of right is I'm doing bad checks. I shouldn't be checking if we're less than 30. I should be checking that we're less than 210. And then increase your angle. Otherwise, check that we're greater than 150. And decrease your angle. And then why didn't this work? If I'm facing left, check that we're greater than negative 30. If I'm facing left and our angle's greater than negative 30, I'm facing left, I press the left key, I want it to rotate positively. Okay, I just have these the wrong way around then. Let's just do one of these then. Boop, 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 boop. Ba-da-da-da. If I'm facing left and I press the left key, I want to rotate positively. Like that. Okay. Wait, but now they're both positive. Is that right? I guess that's right, because if the left direction is always anti-clockwise, so it's always positive. Oh, that's so unintuitive. Oh, that's actually really interesting, because I hadn't thought about that. I was thinking that, like, I'm rotating. Oh, I can do this then. Huh. Oh, we totally can do it. Because all I'm doing is I'm adding 180 degrees. And otherwise it's exactly the same. So actually what I can do, comment this, I can get rid of that, I can get rid of that, and I can do player dot whatever it is, player dot face right question mark 210 else 30. And then wrap this in brackets. Okay, and it does accept that, surprisingly. It's trying to IntelliSense. What does it want me to change it to? Neg 30. Yeah, no, I'm good. And then for this one, it's 150 or neg 30. So this is 180 plus 30 and 180 minus 30. This is 0 plus 30 and 0 minus 30. And the rotation is actually the same for both of them. Again, unintuitively, we're rotating the same way. Because I'm not like positive 5 isn't rotate towards the top. It's just rotate anti-clockwise, which is what I had been confused by. And then, oh yeah, I did that again where I got stuck in the, you can clip into the corner of the platform there, which is a bit weird. I've done that once or twice now. All right. Left, nice, right. Okay, so right, it just lets me keep going. Interesting. There's no, the thing that should be blocking me isn't blocking me when I go right. Also, I go left here, but as soon as I go below 0, I can't go left anymore. Oh, because it totally is wrapping it, isn't it? The rotation is wrapping. God, that's a pain in the ass. I thought it would go into the negatives, but it doesn't go into the negatives. Oh, God, that's a pain. Here it should work. Yeah, it works both sides. But facing left, it doesn't work. Oh, okay, I still want to fix this. Also, I forgot to make it 1 and -1. So, okay, the issue here is maybe I am going to have to change it then. They actually are going to have to be separate, which is a pain in the ass. Why doesn't it go negative? It just wraps around to 360. What do I do for the flamethrower? If player is facing right, no, I don't care. What if player is facing left, though? What is vertical, by the way? It's just I'm holding up. How do I check for vertical? Player up key. I am using it. What do you know? Okay. If I'm facing left, rotate. And then I'm checking when it hits 135 or 225. Otherwise 315 or 45. So I'm actually checking for angles. I'm not using less than or greater than. I guess that's why I'm checking for specific angles. Because I'm defining stopping points. Because it loops from 0 to 360. I mean, that must be why, right? I mean, I can do the same thing here. It should work. So we do does not equal and does not equal. And then instead of using -30, I use 330 instead. I don't know why I clicked. I ran it. I was dumb. Oh, it updates in Unity by itself anyway. Cancel. Run this. Okay, so the right should work exactly the same. It's not. It's stopping on that side, doesn't stop on this side. What about the left? Doesn't stop. Does it stop on this side? It does. Okay, so I've got half of the stops working now. If I'm holding the left key, and I'm facing right, don't go past 210. It was the right key that was working as intended. This one worked. Right? I'm pretty sure. Let me double check this. I think it was the right key that was working properly. So the right key, no, the right key doesn't work. The left key works. The left key stops at the proper spot. Oh, wait, no, okay, it's the left key. Wait, what? Oh, it's just not, it was just going past it for some reason. So I can totally go past the point. Like, there I went past it again. What the heck is going on here? Like, hello? I go down, it stops. It stops, it stops. Didn't I go past it though at some point? Stops. 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 It's not going past it anymore. So it's like, it's the downwards one that's working properly. So I'm facing right and holding left, it works. If I'm facing right and holding right, it doesn't work. If I'm facing left and holding left, it doesn't work. But if I hold right, it does. Okay. So face left. So hold left. Face left. Which is 30. It's not working. What are the rotations of these? Oh, it is negative for a bunch of them. Wait, I thought they weren't going to negatives though. What the heck? Bunch of these are negative. Wait, maybe the angle is just not what I think it is. Okay, hold on. What is this angle? What is this angle? The one I just spawned. Neg 180. That's this one, right? Okay, good. Go back to the game. So that's neg 180. And if I go this way, what is the value of this? 142. And what happens if I do this? Neg 150? Why is this positive? How does it decide if it wants to be positive or negative? What? Spawn it. It spawns at neg 180. I can turn it up. And it goes into positive. If I turn it down, it goes into negative. What happens if I turn it down? Or in that case, I turned it up first. Turn it down and then turn it back up. We're in negative. I mean, surely it's just based then on this, right? 169. So it's neg 180 to positive 180. They're the values we're looking at, I think. Which is freaking weird. Why does it work like that? So neg 180 to positive 180. In which case, I don't want 210. I want negative 150. And I don't want 330. I want negative 30. Why is that how it works? I don't know. I wish I did. So, this direction. Hold down. Doesn't stop. Hold up. It stops. It's not stopping down here. Doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. This one's not stopping on either side. Why though? Left. Doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. Maybe I just leave this till tomorrow. I really thought that this was not going to give me much trouble. Why do you do this to me, game? Let me uncomment this and put it back into a big if else block. and just see if it works. It's such a pain. If we're facing right and we hold right, yeah, 30 neg 30, and I'll do 150 and neg 150. For face right, I'm going to be using not equals. For face left, I'll use greater than, less than. So face left, which is this, is greater than, less than. Stops. Doesn't stop. Face right is not equals. Doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. The not equals shit seems to just not work. What value am I here? I'm in negative 130. And I'm checking for negative 150. Unless I put these the wrong way around now. Face right, hold left. Okay, I'm facing right. Holding left should angle it downwards. Which I think negative 150 is right. I think this is correct, but let me just flip it. I'm pretty sure I'm not meant to flip it, but I will. What happens if it does it while the game's running? Does it recompile while the game's running? I actually don't know. Yeah, this doesn't work. Obviously. Okay, I think I do want to use greater than, less than. Why is this annoying as shit? Yeah, I'm very confused why I can't get this to work properly. It's like literally the same crap that I do here too. It's like exactly the same thing. Like I'm rotating it. But I will figure this out later. I'm clearly like not visualizing this properly in my head. Anyway, I think we're going to call that it here for tonight. So I'm gonna like fix this. I'm gonna get this actually working next time, and we're gonna get it thrown. And I want to get it like doing this little like kind of hard to explain, but like I want to like move the thorn kind of based on the angle. So like the actual position of it's going to also shift a little bit as well. And then throwing it, we're just going to shoot it out at like a really high speed. That's the easy part, honestly. The easy part is launching it. You just add a shit ton of speed to it and it goes. And it's pretty freaking simple. So that's fine. We'll get that working. And then we'll blow it up and make it deal a shit ton of damage. And maybe if I do get done with that, I'll take a look at setting up this lightning spell as well. Okay, but yeah, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks everyone who stopped by for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one.